One of the things that makes trading really difficult is having patience. It's very hard to become a profitable trader if you don't have patience. You cannot wait for the setups, you cannot wait for your trades to complete, and you're always trying to micromanage your trades. So today I'll give you tips to increase your patience, get more comfortable with holding trades, being able to wait for the right trades to come up, and as a result follow your plan better. So we can dive right in. Now, the first thing to understand is the importance of your trading plan. We all make a trading plan because we want to know the results of our strategy. We want to be able to follow our edge. We do back tests. We go back and look at trades. We plan things out. We do some research. We might even go online and look for strategies for many weeks before we find something we want to trade. And that's because we need these wins to be able to pay for these losses we have in the market. And that's where our edge is. So why try to mess with it? Why would you change your plan when you're in the market? Because you've planned it before. You know this is right for you. You know this will produce good results. Why would you change its rules when you're live in the market? Our trading plan should always be defining our optimal entry, our optimal exit, and our optimal way to manage the trades, based on the testings we've done and the research we've done in the past. But even with that, it might be tough to wait for the entry. And what I found to happen a lot with entries is you want to define in your charts already what your entry would look like. And for this, you can have screenshots of past trades if you want to, where you look at the entry, you know what it's like. You can even put it in your journal before you enter the trades, like you put your entry at the support price or the resistance area. And then you can kind of have this in your journal and wait for it in the market. So you're sort of placing the entry in your journal before you put it in the market, which is a good habit to have. And if you don't do it, if you actually want to enter the market quickly because if you feel you'll miss a trade, that's actually going against your plan. One of my biggest advice, so if you're not patient, if you have trouble with your mindset or you cannot really hold trades or you want to get into trades faster, is really you got to hide your P&L from your screen. That will make a big difference in your results. So whatever platform you're on, you can always find a way to hide the P&L. It could be with even in the worst case, a sticker on your screen if you want to hide your P&L that way. Or in most platforms, you can actually hide the P&L. So hide the dollar amount at the bottom. So you don't even see it because it's irrelevant to see every day how much money you made or how much you lost. It doesn't matter to your next trade. Doesn't matter to your plan. Doesn't matter to what you should do next. Unless you've got rules to stop after a few losing trades. But even then, you should know how many losses you had. You don't need to see that dollar amount because that will create some more emotions and that will make you want to get to that certain amount. I want to get back to break even. And those things are always counterproductive for traders. And having a winning trade or even a winning day doesn't define you as a trader. It's just there to be part of a bigger picture. And you should focus as a trader on the bigger picture, not the day-to-day wins and losses or even how much money you made a day or even in a week. That doesn't matter. The really big measure of success is the long-term performance. What's the result in the month, in a quarter, in the year? That matters more than the day-to-day. I find if I just hide my P&L from my screen and I just focus on taking the trades I'm supposed to take, things go a lot better that way. Could be the same for you, could be different, but in most cases I think it will help and make a big difference to hide how much money you make on your account and to not even look at it other than every week or every month or even every quarter. I do my monthly reviews where I look at my plan and I look at my results and my P&L, but other than during the month, I don't really look at my P&L. I don't know how much is in my account exactly. I have a good idea, but never exactly the same amount. I don't know how much I made the past week. I don't really care about it too much. I care about it at the end of the month and what my results are like at every end of the month. Try it. It'll make a big difference, I'm sure. Okay, I've got a good tip here for you, which is try to make it a habit to hold the winners. I know it's tough. I know it will take some time to get there, but how about you try to always hold the winners as long as you can? And if it ends up into a loss, then fine. If it ends up being break even, then it's fine. You make your money at other times. And the great habits of being patient, being disciplined, they kind of have to start small. You got to start with the small principle to do first, and then that leads to bigger habits. So make it a commitment to hold your trades until a certain point. It could be even just 2 hours. You're used to less than that. It could be 3 hour, 5 hour, whichever works for you. And take that challenge for a day or a week if you want to. You want to stretch it out a little bit more. And maybe just on one pair if you want to. You see a pair trending, you tell yourself I'm going to hold until 3 hour on that pair at least. And then you stick to it. By doing this small thing, you build your confidence into holding trades and you teach yourself you can actually do it. You can be disciplined with these things. And that will, over time, as you do it more and more, reflect onto a bigger picture. And even if you still lose those trades in that pair on that 1 week, it doesn't really make a big difference in your P&L. And that will not affect your overall results. This is how you eventually build strong habits. And the famous line of no one ever went broke taking a profit is completely false. So you should hold your trades longer. You should practice that better. Instead of taking these small profits, maybe try to go for the bigger ones because you got to eventually pay back for your losses. I've said this before, but this will make a big difference. Don't focus on today's wins, but focus on the big picture instead. If you just focus on the latest trade or the last day of trading or even today's P&L, that doesn't really help much for your long-term results. That is giving you a false picture of what could really be happening. You could be in a very long winning streak, then you have 1 day of losses and then you feel bad because you had this one day. But how about the last month? How about the last even 2 months? You were winning a lot. You could have like a very bad week, but then that leads to a pretty good year overall. How does that affect your end results? We don't know the impact of the small picture on the bigger picture, so why do you even care about it? Ultimately, these emotions you feel on a day-to-day, either the happiness or the pride of having a good trade or a good week, or the sadness of having a couple of bad trades or a drawdown, these things don't help for your longer-term results. They just either make you feel bad or good, and eventually make wrong decisions. Now, if you have a tendency to see your screens and you think, oh, I should close the trade because this pattern is happening, and it's not something in your plan. I've seen this a lot. One of my students might get into a trade, they're happy about it, they see the setup they want to see in the market, and then they just run with it. Then they see this head and shoulder pattern going against them. They think, oh, this pattern's forming, I'm going to close the trade early because this could affect my trade. It's not even part of the plan, but because they see it in the chart, because they recognize it, or because they might even have the RSI being overbought in their chart, and they think they should get out of the trade, then they might get out. So keep your screen simple, and don't have too many things in the chart. Don't have things that could interact with your trades, that go against your plan. I see people who have like all these indicators in their charts. They keep it in case it could help to find a better trade, or it could help get them out early. Why care about these things if it's not even in your plan? Why do you care about these other tools, these other patterns? Because they could also work or not work, these same patterns. You focus on your strategy and your edge, and these other patterns will come and go. They might fail, they might win, they might go against you, they might be going for you, but it doesn't matter. Your job is to trade your plan and then go away and that's it. So keep that screen simple and keep it focused on what you're supposed to be trading. Not all these other factors out there. Now, before we end off this video, I have a really powerful tip for you here, and that is, and I will call this stop thinking and don't even touch. It's crazy how we all think we know where the top of the market is. We want to get at the optimal level. We see price being extended, like going too far up. We think, oh, I should get out here, and that's it. I'm getting out of the trade, and I get a good profit. The market's going to reverse at this point. It's impossible for us to know where the market will reverse and get out to the optimal level. That's only worth it in retrospect, and not really based on live markets. I've got a good trader in my team, Michael Toma, who's been trading for more than 20 years. And he always tells me that whenever you like try to get out at the right level or try to exit the trade at the right place, try to kind of lock in some more profits, he almost always underperform. So he's not able to get out at the right level. He always mess up on these things. And for him to just follow the plan, it's usually better than trying to micromanage things or trying to get out at the optimal level based on what he sees in the charts. It shows that we should really trust our edge and focus only on what we're supposed to trade in the market. So there you have it here. 8 tips on how to be more patient. I've got timestamp below so you can scroll back and look at the video again if you want to. Tip by tip to pick the right one for you and make notes of what you want to apply this week. As always, if you have any questions, make sure you comment below the video. I'll be happy to answer your questions, give you some thoughts, and help you out become a better trader. Make sure you subscribe if it's not done yet. Hope this videos like this 3 times a week. And I'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.